And this is how and where we started our journey from. A trip to Cape Coast. The First Baptist Church Youth Ministry presents a trip to Cape Coast. Cape Coast is also a center of learning, reflection. Its university stands as a beacon, proving that education is one of the most powerful tools for healing and change. A place rich with history, culture, and emotion. The tone of reflective, immersive, and informative, making it suitable for a short form or travel documentary. Hey, before we zoom in, we stopped at Abepo Junction to have fun a bit. But hey, check it out. Do you know what? We were waiting for a theater to join the trip. You know, for a trip, you need to gather yourself together in every situation. So, our air condition was in a mess. So we waited for the theater to join us as we embark on the trip. So we stopped at Bantama Junction, Patase Santase taxi rank, in front of Ensafie, just to wait for the theater to join us as we embark on this serene journey. Together, now we go. Now on Patase High Street, you see, traveling at night, very serene and very good. Try and see, test it, and proving that traveling at night, very good. Do you know why? No traffic. Yes, I repeat, no traffic. For the purpose of education, we didn't go for going sake. As we were going, try to show you every bit of information was channeled to our members. Hey, we've gotten to Anua Kwanta. Yeah, where we try to branch on our way to Bekwai. We have a lot of fun. As they were excited, some took it as a sleeping place. Some also sleeping mood activated. But you see, for the organizer and the driver, you can't sleep. On the road was very quiet. The glory to God, all was well. We were able to go and come safely. On the edge of West Africa, where the oceans meet the past, stands a place where history breathes through every stone. Thus is Cape Coast, Ghana, where beauty and memory collide. But hey, still, my people were on their sleeping bed here in their sleeping chairs. We stopped on our way once again for people who will ease themselves to do so. And we continue our journey. It was very lovely, and I will entreat you next time you join us as we go. We plan for next year, God willing, so join us as you start registering. And I tell you, it will be like fun. Yes, of course, it will be like fun. Many people joined the trip. Since it was an occasion day, people from different places joined the trip as well. We arrived with the rising sun as the people of Cape Coast began their day. Our driver, I would say, is the most finest driver that I have ever seen on this earth. Brother Prince, God bless you. And hey, here comes River Pra. We cross, and here we are in Cape Coast. Or yes, Asempraso. Sure, we are at Asempraso. Now we've entered Cape Coast. As I earlier said, we arrived with the rising sun as the people of Cape Coast began their day. The rhythm of life here moves with the sea, steady, timeless, and enduring. Ha 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 ha. But hey, where were we going to? I tell you, the Cape Coast Castle and that of the Kakum National Park. But behind the natural beauty lies the past that shaped the world. Cape Coast Castle, fortress of stone and a symbol of sorrow. For centuries, it was one of the largest slave holding sites along the West Africa. Here, footsteps echo through dungeons once filled with human suffering. The air is thick with silence. You don't just visit Cape Coast Castle, you feel it. You can carry its weight. And here they call it Kwame Junction. Yeah, that is how I heard it. And as we got here, now we all believe that yes, we are approaching our destinations. And yet, hey, Cape Coast is not defined by the pain alone. A kid who gave a fan. Let's see. As she was awake, all of them were awake because it was a day. They were dancing to the music, the tune going on playing in the bus. On we go. It is a city reborn every day. Now, hey, we got to Kakum. We all had to come down for them to count us. We make payments before we enter the gate.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
In the voices of children, the brass stroke of local artists, the song of fishermen returning home. Each of them had to mention their names, one after the other.
What is that? Yes. What is that?
Action began, or as you say, action begins. Yes, we are in a queue. You see, connectivity was the key. We had to connect because plenty people were around on that day, since it was an occasion day. Here we are at the Kakum National Park. Cape Coast, it teaches us that memory matters. That is by confronting the past, we shape the better future. This place is more than a destination. It is a witness, a teacher, and a home. Here, footsteps echoes through dungeons once filled with human suffering. The air is thick with silence. You don't just visit Cape Coast Castle, you feel it. You can carry its weight, as I've already said. And hey, my people are coming one after the other. Everyone was smiling, all because they are about to climb the canopy walk. But let's see who cries after this. About 98 people involved in the trip. Some were children, some youths, and others were adults. We met different people from different areas. Join this trip. Others from the Western land. They've been coming there day in, day out, just to experience what we went through as Africans. But here at the canopy walk, some cried, others laughed, others made history, others took pictures, and others also swayed. As we tried to approach the canopy walk, people were tired already. I asked you, will you be tired when it gets to your turn? Here is Kakum National Park and Ejari TV, as well Boamai Baptist TV. You comment, you like, and you share. Adi, my nephew, also joined. And as we are approaching, he cried a lot. But let's see what happens next from here. I will show you a certain snake, which people believe it is a plastic. And when you get there, get to know her and tell me, is it plastic or it's a real snake? It has been there. I don't know as and when it was placed there. But hey, people get afraid because you need not to go near it. If you go near, touch it, maybe hey, it bites you. Many species of trees, where then hey comes the snake. Have you seen that? Let me get closer to that. Let me zoom it and you will see it. You see that? Let's discuss at the comment section. Is it a real snake? And game starts. Hey! Mr. Robert Abekamensa and Pastor Nimako were the first people to go through. Dauda following by Ernest. Osiki also on its way coming. AC Abekamensa also is next. Following by Teresa.
So.
AC is crying, Minkobio, right? Hey! When the walk shakes, that makes it lovely. And hey, it shook many people. Others overjoyed. Others also cried. Kandapa, I guess, was the one making that. But hey, my guys gathered courage and they were able to walk through it. Enoch, Osofo, Gideon, Erica, Opon Yeboah, Esther, Julita, Body, Jennifer, Alaye, Shadows, followed by Olase. Their photographer got two. Told them to wait. And as they were waiting, the people heaped at one place. This caused a little bit scare. And they were very scared. Libby girl, Teresa, Junior, Kwade, and Beatrice. You pose, they snap. And Bob too had to go join Amount and come with him because he wants to come into the scene. Yeah, and I think it sounds, yeah, good. Coming this Amount, following by Lumba. And I think he was bitten by a certain animal. Oh, that was interpreted by his. But rather he said he will ease himself. And here, where are you going to allow to ease yourself? You know, it's unhygienic. Tiwa, following by Sewa. Everyone was thinking of himself. BM and Kakum. And the organizer, Bismarck, I had to take my time. Followed one of my people because she was very, very scared. And I had to take my time. Followed her one after the other, step by step. See, you will see her very soon. Now check it out. She says that she has the film, but it was shaking. Yes, and hey, when the canopy work shakes you, it makes it very, very, very lovely. And see, I don't think next time she will come. Maybe she might have gathered courage, so she will join. Others were shouting over there. What was going on? Some were calling their parents. Meanwhile, they can't go back. Those who decided to go back, they just passed. Not the first one, and my peer told me to stand there, have a snap. Yeah, you see the little girl, she did very well. And hey, we survived after the war. Yeah, we survived.
Andy, you didn't come.
Andy, you didn't come with me. And this message was to Angela. And from here, some ride on horses. Yes, it was a fun. And hey, our next destination. Some have not seen the sea before. Where they will see the sea might be on television, but here we will say Filigadochi. They saw it one-on-one, and here we are approaching the Cape Coast Castle. And as already said, Cape Coast Castle, the footsteps echo through dungeons. Once filled with human suffering, the air is stuck with silence. You don't just visit Cape Coast Castle, you feel it. You can carry the weight. Here, we meet our tour guide, Kakum, and he was very calm, taking us through. He gave us an introduction. Hey, it will be better we listen to the introduction.
Over 60 forts and castles. Nagan and Kwa were about 40 of them. And this was because of the gold they were getting from Ghana. The first ever castle of Musi was Elmina Castle. Portuguese
Don't forget,
around 14.
This history has been documented. Yes, it has been documented.
That happens to be the oldest. Second one, Omusin Wakra, known as Christian Bob, and also Osu Castle. Danish, and also Denmark, for Omusi, around 1661. And also the 364 years old. And a Hania Cape Coast Castle, the last and the smallest among the three castles. Ntahanu recredited to the British around 1664-1665. The edifice name was it is 360 years old. The only castle for the transatlantic slave trade. Ntahanu dungeons even was in Woko Elmina. And as a Christian Moka, dungeons like this in there. But I had the same thing, so almost seen purposely for the transatlantic slave trade. It's in the dungeons, nobody share underground was here. But I mean, any Christian book, no be warehouses, any storage rooms are convert here into dungeons to involve the slave trade. And so much slaves now as far from places like Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, and Togo. The Bombechi they march them barefoot and in chains and shackles to this very castle. While they come, they created resting points for them. These resting points, they are normally known as the slave markets. So they rest before they continue the journey into the castle. It's a resting point. Most of them are to the northern part of Ghana. Salaga, and Wenchi, and the rest up to Asinimanso. When they reach Asinimanso, that's where they take their last bath. They share how long that the journey was. Sorry, most of them most of them had become dirty enough. So Mudru Asinimanso, they needed to take their last bath in there. The Brinas were grey and bushy hair. So Mudru, they shave them off to hide all grey and bushy hair, and after they will take their last bath. Mudru area, they will take them, they will smell them with shea butter to cure their wounds and also to make them look fresh. Mudru, they will continue the journey into the various castles. So more Mudu slaves in the Bucket Coast Castle, they will bring them here. Those who are taking them to Omina, they will take them to. Same as Christian Book. So Mudru top has a Palava Hall. Palava Hall is a slave market. Up there, European merchants in El Hall, their nurses and doctors. The slaves in the bar, they examine their strength before the auctioning went in exchange of human beings. The commodities in the top, they will bring them to the forecourt. Forecourt are saying, brandy because any company back pay any better slaves. Various companies, they needed to identify their slaves. So down here, they had branded metals, initials and logos of the companies on the metals. They set fire at the forecourt. They put the metals in the fire for it to become very hot. From there, they put it into hot oil and straight to the bodies of the slaves. They brand them. It's a bed draw of bodies just like tattoo. To their chest, their hands, their back, just for easy identification. So that various companies in the back, slaves win on Momutoye, so that they can move them into their slave ships. So that was the purpose of the branding. Branding and them and put down male slave dungeon. And I'm bound to put down as a female slave dungeon. So this what was transpiring in the Cape Coast slave dungeon. So I'll pause for a while. This will be the short introduction I'll give to you. If you have slaves in Burma say I will put dungeon.
Now, as the introduction ends, the tour begins. Enjoy the tour. We will come back.
They still try to fight them. They will have to kill them. No food, no air, no water. Through suffocation, starvation, the slaves will die before they will bring the bodies out. The bodies in the bar, they lay the bodies at the forecourt. Bring some of the slaves to sea to serve as lessons to them, so that next time they wouldn't try to fight them. The bodies in sacks now. The cannon balls name more top on the 12 band. The big sacks for the bodies to gain weight. They will throw the bodies into the sea. So I know no defeating burial for the slaves. Slave you had their motor bodies in the and away only original door left in the castle. Don't only wood in the air, almost from a pitch pine wood, and on the metal, and coating wood. It's a castle I say in a doorway in over 200 years old. Aside that door and I window there even what I say there, we have changed or restored it. So this is the only original door left in the If no questions,
and then I got a second set, no, I say there. If you are not Obi, and if I want to know you have to hear you, then you find a better day.
Obiano, Obiano, you're in the buy. So, Moshe, let's say, be a mobile any prize now. Would Jim tomorrow? No one yet, they are moving and they paid more plantations. So, wow, I would slave the buy and you have to take the person back. And I should be more much chill now. Obiano, you really saw what's also the on my pole. So when they take them out of the castle, they just give them their freedom. Why do you call it a month or 2 years? But in your money now, so most of them will die because they were not strong. And they'll be brain now, so they will find themselves.
It will Sakon them. A you go and you do a Fakra Broson.
Somebody on mobile, no food, no air, no water, lights behind here. 3 doors, and on the lucky slaves. First door, they were wanting. Second one, third one, so move and son of you body. So I'm from a behind bus. The bar chair, but we can feel it.
Now, what is sentence? Oh, do light it, many.
Kacha sana na aso. Sama kwa lights kakabu. Si 3 doors no 2 ni be come here 3 there. Mfama bia embassy. Mu once no we body sleep. Kacha mate ase. Kacha sama ya why?
Obi buza kwesi.
Once on we body sleep. 5 never see. No mu bie na 3 cry na 2 da so 2 koma. O me san so to go ma 2 so. Mu nya once on we body sleep. That's why flowers. It's your mahaba. You did say on spirit and also on susu mahaba. It's not flowers. Today is too much.
Choice 24.
Yeah, quite. You to let you go and purchase
No air, no water. Lights behind me, I say 3 doors, and I'm with the lucky slates. First door, that one. Second one, evidence now. Everybody sleeping. First one of the one I grew up with, and a only black man on the scene. I say in an for the white. It's the first one of that top one. Now, my friend is CB Whitehead. I don't know a soldier or something, a lawyer. About 18 to age 38. Middle one, Captain George McLean. So, by an officer, Captain George McLean. 2 months for paper buying. Musu near mammy and side. Be Muslim malaria in a coon. Be Musu or buying, but to say George McLean air trim now. We have a furniture on the African mission out of dollars in our poison. And the last one is the African mistress. Now, you know, it's a servant. Echo poison the teacher so that to bring a George McLean. They are morning. We are now in 1838. And now we are Captain George McLean. We are very popular in Ghana. So the popular bond of 1844, which led to the colonialism of Ghana for 113 years. Captain George McLean and our drafted bond. We are now called Palava Hall. Commander Hill, any 8 other fancy almost signed a bond, which led to the colonialism of Ghana for 113 years. We are now did 46 years, 1847. Malaria in the 2 Captain George. So during that period, now malaria very rampant to West Africa. So I'm going to West Africa, the white man's grave. This was because they come in few weeks, few months, malaria will that's why I found malaria to be the cause of the death. So we see the malaria we pay on the confirm yes malaria. So this is Captain George. And to almost when I believe I could Gina Gasane Kuku Eji. I go for the bag, almost in Boku Kuni, and almost corrupted and quick one as a well. I'm baptizing no Christianizing, I'm the flip. Any bad quick. Never pano a slave metal, or the before by the tomb was slaves. It's because of relationship, I never pan about for no one thing. I'm going scholarships on Kusiadi or England. I'm found one with D11. I call England or call Oxford University. Kusiadi theology. Age 24, I'm sharing so for first Anglican African missionary. By in the top happy, church, Anglican church started. It's no preaching or top happy. While I was in an animal down at a point in time, no more so for cassette slave trading. But in about leave now, but no more has seen now. And I trade back on to win your scholarship with a Christianity. And at the same trade, your father is also benefiting from. And so, who are you to speak against the same trade? Since I started here, so push against the trade. Treatment changed for people in the castle. His salary as a priest, and then baby. So I started here, so put down to commerce in order to get something for himself. Out in the town, because Kakum was already educated, he started teaching the indigents how to read and write. In Ghana, I found a Western form of education. We link it up to Philip Kakum because we believe something more than that. We free our area. So they have to bring it back. But to me, shrine outside will be Mamucha stones. So they have to bring the shrine here for the deity. So the shrine was not here during the slave trade period. Only brought in here around the 1970s. Today is a portion of the tunnel. At the end of the day, cars are blocking. First, in that space, the home. It is the ships in the banner move with slaves now. Put your move underground. Why fast here? And the collapse and the Mupia. Banner join you, but then they will go to the door of no return. The cassette tunnel no more blocking to both sides. No blocking was shrine. No blocking was CRC. To mark the end of the slave trade. They put a soldier in here to keep an eye on them or to command them to move faster. Another one will be down there to make a head count of the number of slaves. So this is a portion of the underground tunnel. About 18 feet deep. So if you want to have a look, you just stand here, you lower your head. You be careful and you check. I am a female slave dungeon. Two chambers. Chamber Bakuni, other group of women. Chamber Bakuni have about 150 to 200 slaves. In all, to near Kabuma, about 300 to 400 at a time. The core male slave dungeon, because it can be less, it can be more, depending on the state of the companies. And I handle so they are only source of life and ventilation. Together with the other issue, Nameta Basel. And now, several answers serve as spy hole for the Europeans. I almost selected females needed to rape them. When they come, they stand within here and they keep an eye on them. They select the ones they want to choose. And I have seen now, so urine, toilet, food, particle sweat, mixed up with sand, covering the whole chamber. Same as what we saw in the male slave dungeon. And you remove flowers and so has to pay homage to the souls of the female ancestors. It's 2 chambers here. Mom de buy, inside. Mom Tracy on the roots that I see. I'm descendant of Grenaba, and I was called to my father on my donor, a film on my friend, door of no return. Donor can see, the very short and narrow. I'm designing here for one person at a time. The slaves in chains and shackles, they bend down, they are forced through the door. But colonial period, now Gold Coast a capital. So because of the administrative and trading purpose of the Europeans, we change a smaller door into the large door for their own purpose. Instead of the large door. But originally, door of no return a Kitwadi. The slaves in chains and shackles, they bend down and they are forced through the door. We call it the door of no return because immediately they went through the door, they lost everything with respect to their lives. Their roots, their identity, their culture, their fundamental human rights. They had no opportunity to even say goodbye to their family members. They baptized and Christianized them, give them Christian names, and they bear the surnames of the slave masters, basically for easy identification. They will also force them to learn the language of the slave masters, to bridge the language gap between the captives and the slave masters. Smaller boats, it is never up to this point. The rocks here I see the fence were artificial about 4 years ago in the sea. This was because in never town to restrict activities. It's a government initiated by Mobile the sea defense no one. Tenants you remember has seen it's been my boat to win a honey and you back to this point. They see my small landing and site at the amount. So originally the soon was slaves who drew and was here. Smaller boats will be ever maybe moving on my ships I can see ships I can see waiting into him back closer to the shore. So them they dock far away, smaller boats to transfer the slaves into the large ships, and from here they move to their various destinations. Some of the slaves in the Americas, the original 13 colonies. Some of the people Europe, not ships now and so about Africa. The movement in a woman happens so just like a triangle. Then I'm offering a triangular trade to the Atlantic Ocean as the middle passage. Until from here, NHS Africans they lost their roots totally and they never returned. Please, any question? Shipment, which need be 1.5 months before it reaches. Before they will use about a month or 1.5 months back. So in and out, it could be 2 or 3 months in and out. Now during that period, the ships were not modernized like in the ships. It's a problem with the ship. The church, you would door of return. Narrative changed in 1998. Almost celebrated 50 almost from Emancipation Day. So almost free Abrochir and African American diaspora. Almost the 2 skeletons of the descendants of the slaves, Samuel Carson F. New York, and a Miss Pista of Jamaica. Mobile Mudru and Mabuno, the body see smaller boats so no fancy. And the belief is that when the ancestors were going, the sea was a passage to the new world. And so if they are returning home, they should use the sea as a passage back home. And so that's why they place them on smaller boats. We believe the genes of the door of no return is God's broken. So the narrative had to change to door. So I didn't win more Palabo on the Portuguese language. It's just a talking noise making an answer distraction. Hello. The moment it's less near to be on the nurses and doctors never have with their merchants. It's European companies now has it. I'm going to check on my own there. Then the auctioning went on because their strength will determine what they should exchange them with. So that's why they check their strength before the auctioning went on. So strong African men and women exchange for commodities, mineral gunpowder, tobacco, fabric, sugar and salt, and after they take them to the forecourt to brand them. Announcing that the city almost signed a bond of 1844. Commander Hill, any 8 other fancy chiefs, and almost signed here after Captain George McLean, a draft here or court, and on the bar it's a honey a palava or slave market and as an auction. The deal I say I will check on this one, I will black with the Eshe Connect. That's the only original thing left in the palava. Aside that, we are restored. Come to the original. That was my friend of marble slaves. And I wear pitch pine wood over 200 years old. This is not the Iowa. I can't answer the Mamotonia slave trade period. Now, honey, a soldier's bar. A diner won't fit to a soldier's canteen. Colonial period, nobody has a prison at the Magana. But Ghanaians didn't understand why the same place they enslaved our ancestors. There should be a prison for Ghanaians. So out of agitation and litigation, 1992, prison only if we hired for anchor for. And currently we have converted the place into an art and craft shop. Soldiers' canteen is now a coffee shop or a cafeteria. So from a barracks to a prison to an art and craft shop, Soldiers' canteen is now a coffee shop. And then I'm CBR because your original over 200 years ago. What you do a question? What you check out and the rest. Mr. Mikasa Minister. So the room for the government. Tanya tries a companion, you won't dungeon will be in a young one. She has 9 windows for her, 5 bedroom or additional to a corridor. The receptionists were down. So reception to this place just like an apartment for the government. You got small holes in a dungeon, you kabuma about 9. And so 1 window has it. But in about governor about while the ancestors were down there. So we tried to make a comparison. But I say judgment is not important. To relieve judgment only to the most high. So you have to look around. Enter bedroom, you better reception area. You check it for now. They have to church now. Maybe 5 minutes. That's it for the man. And I'm going to be at our personal office. And I will hear winery for the government. Cannons in now, so British phone on the guy. So when you have signals, and that's what they shoot. Yeah. Before they shoot the pound gun powder in the cannon gun, they add the cannon ball to it. They light a match and fire to the tip. They shoot the approaches. So all these were brought in by the British to protect themselves from other European nations. It's because of the fortifications, British poets now actually they lived in Gold Coast for 296 years. We is 183 years and the slave trade, and 113 years for the colonial period. So we now original. What you do operation? Church Society for the Propagation of the Gospel. Anglican Church Ghana started on top of this slave dungeon before it moved to various destinations in the country. At a point in time, church normally school for the mulattoes and as a mixed race children. And as I children's library. Polano Morara no school they come around to you. The chance for spy who need us. So because going in and out of the church, no person would see slaves and then come down while they will use it to analyze what was transpired in the night. So in and out of the church, this is to monitor the slaves. So they don't see them but they hear them. So through the hearing perception, they'll be able to analyze whatever is happening in the dungeon. Okay, to let me do answer. We have come to see, hear, and experience whatever transpired in here. And we say the history here is not to cause any psychological trauma in the minds of people, not to cause chaos amongst races. We believe we are learning from the past to correct the present and the future, so that nothing of such will ever repeat itself in the history of human life. And throughout the tour, we got to realize most of the Africans were involved and most of the Europeans were also involved. That's why I made mention that in here judgment is not important. If we are to judge in here, we have no one to give the blame to. So we just learn from the past to correct the present and the future. So Martin Luther King Jr. once said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And we are caught in an inescapable network of neutrality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. So in summary, if today we see any form of injustice around, we don't fight against it. There is the near possibility of it affecting us in the near future. That is why we urge ourselves to come together to fight against all injustice so that we make the world a better place for us all. So I'll make reference to the message that was presented by the National House of Chiefs to conclude the talk. So it quotes in everlasting memory of the anguish of our ancestors. May those who died rest in peace. May those who return find their roots. And may humanity never again perpetrate such injustice against humanity. Read the living vow and uphold this. So if a living being, we never want to be enslaved. Whatever form of injustice we see around, we know that injustice is reigning in a modernized form. We should not put a blind eye to it, but we come together as one. We fight against all injustice to make the world a better place for us all. And so thank you very much once again. My name is Kakum. The tour has ended. Thank you.
Clap, 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 clap. Now we took a picture and a group picture. After that, hey, my guys had to enjoy. When you try to bring them out from the sea, they go in again. You know what? The bus was awaiting. People were ready to go home, but these guys were swimming in the sea. They made it lovely. I had to force them, brought them out from the sea. With the help of Mr. Raymond, we tried and brought them, and we had a successful journey and a successful tour. Meet us next time as we embark on a journey to different places. As the sun sets, the ocean glows. It is shame the sea at once it took so much away, but now it carries new stories of return, of reconnection, of peace. Shalom. We meet next time. Stay blessed. Enjoy the trip. As we go next time, try join us. Let's have fun together. Let's promote Christ together. Shalom. Showers. Blessings. Redeem. Now is the time from darkness to light. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.